Alright, my friends. This is Rick the Fat Man. Once again, like I said in the previous video, this is probably my last Star Trek installment. I don't say that I don't, as far as I know, I have covered all that are in my collection. I know that there are more. I know that there were newer versions, newer editions that came out. Rule book wise, there's several other renditions of the Star Trek role playing game system that are produced by other companies. I don't have any of that information. I'm not likely to get into it because, while I do truly like the Star Trek universe, and it's as a game, the odds of I finding a player group that regularly wants to play in this, I don't know. And I have not heard of anybody running one myself in a long time, at least not in my region. If so, it is what it is. Anyhow, I like sharing these things. I want these things for people to understand that they're still out there, they're still available, and if you can get, even if it's just a PDF version, they're still worth playing. They're still worth investigating. This is the Romulans Starfleet Intelligence Manual. So this would be generally what you, as a Starfleet officer or potentially a senior grade enlisted individual, would have knowledge of. So we got our officer's orientation briefing, the Iridium papers. So here, Stardate 20/1109.30, Federation scout vessels discover a small research station that had been abandoned by the Romulans shortly before the 2030 Romulan survey team was attacked by a virus unknown to them but well known to the Vulcans. Notice the form base was a major find for the UFP. Body of writings which discovered provided major insights about Romulan history, social structure, culture, religion, and legends and anatomy. Many personal diaries, children's books, works of fiction, and other non-military writings were recovered. Published as the Iridium papers, they become the core of the Federation's knowledge of Romulan life and history. A half-destroyed child's anatomy text confirmed that the structure and function of the Romulan body is nearly identical to that of the Vulcans. Furthermore, the references some of the Iridium works that made it psionically developed were mentioned to make psionic development, but they confirmed Vulcanoid psionic disciplines are not practiced by the Vulcans, etc., etc. So, glossary of terms, the language, how it's projected, and pronunciation, voice capitals, glottal stop or glottal stop, however you want to pronounce that. Dictionary of spoken Romulan terms, pronunciation key, prehistory to Vulcan heritage, Roman Star Empire, major events. These are all documented information that's provided for the Starfleet personnel, and some of it is not 100% accurate because that maintains the mystery of the Romulans and as a people and as a foe. The Romulan home system, what's known about the life forms, the name, what's going on the planet, city-states, extends to the Romulan Star Empire, a map that, as the Federation knows of things. Excuse me. So you can see there's a whole lot of area in these maps that are left unknown. And so we got the Gorn Alliance, the Klingon Empire. It's known that the Federation, or the Romulans and the Klingons, have fought in numerous battles and wars and conflicts and engagements with each other since they've met each other. The United Federation of Planets, personality traits for the Romulan people, Romulan psionics, Romulan religion, the stages of Romulan life, government, various senates. Oh, this looks like a Romulan version of McCoy for some reason. The Romulan Imperial Navy, ranks, additional starships, or repeating starships, as the Federation knows. Once again, we have the updated Starship Guide, which gives even more. Romulan Starship Tactics, their typical naval officer uniforms. Romulan equipment, the equivalent of stuff that the Federation uses. Weapons, transporters, plasma boat weapons, there you go. Not exactly heavy material, but it is an interesting take. like I said, we know a lot more about the Klingons and their behaviors and their mindsets and their drives and desires and their politics and their internal conflicts. We have many characters that either interacted with the Klingons on a regular basis or are, look at Worf. Worf brought a huge amount of material. But we also know that a lot of different Starfleet officers and personnel have had extensive time spent with the Klingons. Not so much with Romulans. And that was by design, I think. And they maintained that design throughout the genre, throughout the canon, and throughout the franchise. And we've seen a bit more insight, we've seen more visions, but not to the extent of the Klingons. There's a mystique about the Romulans that make them the implacable foe, the one that you just can't ever turn your back on. You can trust him till you can't. You know, their version of honor is not the Klingon version of honor, right? It says a lot, I think. It truly does say a lot about the Romulans themselves as a people and as a philosophy, as a foe. There you have it.